Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Salutations to Sri Ramakrishna. Welcome to this fourth class of the second series of Mantra Yoga. And today we are going to talk about the untrammeled mantra. Why? Everything in this world is trammeled, is limited, is contained, is conditioned. Everything in this world. The primary conditioning is one's consciousness is conditioned by the body, obviously, the senses, and the mind. You see what happens? It's like, just take for instance, you have a kind of a lamp and you place various kind of coverings over it. What happens? That light gets obscured and kind of smothered. Our consciousness is something like this. This is the primary conditioning that happens in the universe. So here we have this basic structure of bodies as well as the basic structure of the universe also is nothing but kind of conditioned. So limited, contained, and severely restricted. Okay. Now once you have this idea that everything in this world, also the whole world, has got these various kind of conditionings, and the human consciousness wants to free itself. It understands deep within there is something that's restricting us. No thought, no feeling, no willing is ever perfect. It seems that every thought has its shadow, a domain of ignorance. No thought can be ever complete. No thought can be ever perfect. Somebody comes and displays a perfect thought, and someone else comes and expands that original thought. How was the room? Where's the room? Yes. This is the primary conditioning. Everything is limited. Every perception, every cognition, every feeling, willing, thoughts, words, deeds, everything is nothing but limited, trammeled, and there is an attachment of large ignorance. So something like you have knowledge and ignorance, as it were, displaying itself in every thought, word, and deed. Okay. And that's the reason why we are trying to come to perfection by pushing down the barriers. Now, once you've understood this is the primary structure of the world, the conditioned, the limited, the restricted. When we sit down, try to do japa or meditation, what happens is there is a second restrictive factors that are happening in our own minds. And what are they? All our memories. It is obvious when we try to sit down and meditate, all these stupid memories, they come. Not the grand memories, the most stupid and the most irrelevant and the most obnoxious and the most traumatic memories come while trying to meditate. Okay. Now look at the mind as it were a kind of a lake, a body of water. Okay. And this is what is called the lake of the mind. Take it as this. Now it's obviously in this water you have, what is that? Memories. Because as you see, there's a surface of the water that's flowing. You can also comprehend that the water is not 1 centimeter or 1 inch deep. It is deep. So all these memories are in the subconscious mind. Okay, they are not conscious. So you have to swim through these. When you're trying to do meditation or japa, you're actually swimming, pushing against all these memories. So the swimmer can be thought of as the conscious mind. Okay. All the water is the memories, the subconsciousness. And just between the conscious, the swimmer, and the, you can say, memories, the old memories, subconsciousness, what happens is there is something called a pre-conscious, a layer of the mind that's called pre-conscious. And everything else is conditioned. So we have the primary conditioning of that restricted consciousness everywhere. Everything is limited. Then second conditioning, the second, you can say, limitation is our very minds. But minds are beautiful. Yeah, keep looking down under the water and you'll peep inside and you'll say, oh my God, what's that? It's nothing beautiful about the mind at all. Now to handle this whole subconsciousnness, the yogis, they have classified it into 2 parts. One is called thoughts and impressions of the same class. These are the spiritual thoughts. They are not obstructive. These are impressions of all knowledge. Okay. The second is Vijatiya, impressions or memories of a different class. These have to be kind of caught and neutralized. First, the spiritual thoughts of the same class don't need to be neutralized now, at least for now. So inimical thoughts have to be countered first. The unspiritual, that which externalizes us, that which makes us repentant and anxious and, you can say, delusive. These are the thoughts that pull us away from ourselves. This is the second class, the Vijatiya, that's of the different class. So when you are doing spiritual practices like japa, meditation, you need to have impressions or memories of a similar type coming up. Mother also says, when somebody had complained that when I'm sitting down to meditate, all the thoughts all come up. He's saying, don't worry. Thoughts about what you have done throughout the day are not harmful, because these works, these memories are of works done for Shri Ramakrishna. So this is what you are to understand. We have to take the spiritual thoughts and thoughts of a similar class, elevating thoughts, beautiful thoughts, sublime thoughts, loving thoughts. These are not inimical. These do not constrict the mind. But thoughts of selfishness and hate and anger, all these are what need to be tackled first. So these are contrary to your nature. So now once we have this idea, okay, these are the 2 conditioning. One is the consciousness itself is conditioned, and nothing is ever perfect, because knowledge is kind of mixed with ignorance. So all our activities, all our words, everything we think has got an element of ignorance. They are all limited. They are imperfect. Now, when one starts doing a mantra, what happens? How does the mantra become untrammeled? The mantra itself has now become part of your conscious and your subconscious mind. Obviously, it's as you keep on repeating it, what happens is you are, as it were, releasing its powers. You are unleashing its powers. Now, what are its principal powers of the mantra? Knowledge. It's like the mantra that's given to you is like a seed, which is a potential tree. So as you have the seed that is given into you, and as you keep on repeating, the first thing that happens is the mantra starts manifesting its power, and its power is knowledge. We are not talking about power that's destructive, power that's constructive. Constructive things start happening to you. There's a definite change. And what happens is, first is, as the mantra is manifesting its powers, its knowledge, it attaches itself to every thought, word, and deed. You see, we may not be aware of things, but as you keep on repeating, that mantra, the knowledge of that mantra which is manifesting, gets diffused all over the conscious and subconscious mind. It is attaching itself, as it were, tagging itself to everything. This tagging takes place as you keep on repeating this mantra over and over and over and over again. All your good thoughts are tagged with the mantra, all your bad thoughts also are tagged with the mantra. As simple as that. This tagging process takes time, and that's the reason why people say, oh, how long do I have to do this mantra? Yeah, you're tagging things up. And as the tagging process is going on, the mantra first, because it is manifesting knowledge, it will break all your old illusions, your anger, your hatred, your jealousies. You find that it was just egotism or selfishness. They're all wrong. So knowledge disables them. You are now getting freer and freer. You're breaking your own chains. So these Vijatiya thoughts of a different class are the first things to be neutralized, to be disabled. You are simply breaking free. You can see that there's just one kind of handcuffs there, and the guy is breaking the handcuffs. But there are thousands of cuffs around you, and you're one by one, you're breaking all these things. So thoughts of the opposite or different class are the first ones to be neutralized, to be disabled. You see how silly you were to hold on to some thoughts which were just ignorance, plain ignorance. Now, the second thing that happens is the mantra now, which has tagged itself also to the good thoughts, your spiritual thoughts, expands those spiritual thoughts. I think you got this right. The thoughts, the subconscious thoughts of all unspiritual things are neutralized by knowledge. And thoughts which are of spiritual content, which are sublime, which are elevating, these thoughts become expanded through knowledge. Again. So this is the process that happens over and over and over and over again. And as you keep on repeating, this mantra keeps on expanding your mind. Your thoughts, your good thoughts, all being expanded. Everything that was trammeling you are broken. Now, as this mantra is now taking over, it is making space vaster and vaster and vaster within the mind. There is a Yoga Sutras, the Patanjali's yoga aphorisms that say, Paramano Parama Mahatto Anyosta, saying it is, what is saying? Vashikara. That is, the mind becomes subtle and fine. It can think of the very small and also the very large. Okay. So Paramanu is a subatomic, Mahatva Anta, till the end, Swami Vivekananda translated it as infinite. From the smallest to the greatest to the highest dimensions, the mind can think of things without obstruction, without being trammeled. Now what happens in this case? The mind has become very fine, very subtle. You can lift a grain of sand and you can see the whole cosmos in it. You take a drop of water and you can see the whole oceans in it. If you can see that, that means your mind can think of the smallest as well as the greatest. Both these dimensions of nature come together. When you look at Sri Ramakrishna, or you look at the goddess, or you look at any god or goddess, or any saint, you will see its higher dimensions, its infinite dimensions. As you repeat the mantra, you will find that it is operating on all levels, from the smallest to the greatest. So when you are repeating a mantra, it's no longer now confined to one small kind of, verbalization or a tone or a sound. No. What you are actually doing is, as you're repeating it, you can taste, or you are in touch with the higher level, the infinite levels of the mantra. The mantra has now become untrammeled. From the smallest to the highest to the greatest. And what has made it untrammeled? Knowledge. Right. So as you keep on repeating the mantra, your primary restriction of the consciousness which is in the body, which is restricted because of the body, the senses and the mind, now becomes unfurled. And the subconscious thoughts, inimical thoughts, which were restricting you, they are also disabled and neutralized. And all the good thoughts are expanded. So the mantra has the power in itself to be unobstructed from the smallest to the greatest. And as it can do that, it will open up your own mind also. Your mind can see it from the smallest to the greatest. When you look at people, you interact with people, you will see their higher aspect, their higher dimension. You will not be dismissive about people. You can see them in their true nature. You can see the world in its true aspect. You can see yourself as in your true aspect. You can see yourself small as well as infinite, the universal. This is a tremendous transformation that takes place when the mantra keeps on becoming untrammeled as you keep on repeating it over and over and over again. So it's like you're breaking the chains free. You've broken the chains that which you were held for so long. And as you break it, you will feel, yes, now this is perfection. What is perfection? When there are no restrictions from the small or from the largest, everything has become perfect. The mantra becomes perfect, repetition becomes perfect, you become perfect, your perceptions become perfect, your thoughts become perfect, your feelings become perfect, your words, your deeds, all what you do becomes perfect. This is what is called perfection. And this is brought about by the mantra, repeating the mantra. Okay. Now for today's practice, we will use Jai Shri Ramakrishna. Okay. We'll take the picture of Shri Ramakrishna, and what we can do is first gaze at the picture of Shri Ramakrishna. And as we gaze at the picture, gaze at it and repeat Jai Shri Ramakrishna. Jai Shri Ramakrishna. Jai Shri Ramakrishna. Jai Shri Ramakrishna. Now I want you to close your eyes and visualize that same picture while continuing repeating Jai Shri Ramakrishna. Jai Shri Ramakrishna. Jai Shri Ramakrishna. Jai Shri Ramakrishna. You can open your eyes and gaze at the screen in front of you at Shri Ramakrishna's picture. Try to be keenly observant of all the shapes in the picture, the color, the tones. Try to look deeply inside. As you look deeply, keep on repeating Jai Shri Ramakrishna. Now close your eyes, keep on repeating Jai Shri Ramakrishna. Watch that image in your mind. Now expand that image as much as is possible for you. Your eyes are closed, you're expanding that image. Keep on repeating the mantra, Jai Shri Ramakrishna, and expand that image. Keep repeating the mantra and now contract that image. Keep on contracting that image and feel it is in your heart. Contract it to a point in your heart. Keep on repeating this mantra, Jai Shri Ramakrishna. Jai Shri Ramakrishna. And as you keep on repeating this mantra, now once again expand Shri Ramakrishna's picture. Expand it as much as possible for your mind. Slowly. Keep on expanding it. Blow it up slowly, slowly, slowly. Keep on expanding it. Keep on repeating this mantra, Jai Shri Ram Krishna. Now once again contract the image gradually. Jai Shri Ram Krishna. Jai Shri Ram Krishna. Contract it to the point in your heart. Jai Shri Ram Krishna. Now once again, try to expand that image once again. Keep on expanding it. It is filling you. It is filling the room. It is filling the whole world. Keep repeating that mantra, Jai Shri Ram Krishna. Jai Shri Ram Krishna. Now once again contract the image, place it to the point in your heart, Jai Shri Ram Krishna. Jai Shri Ram Krishna. Now you can open your eyes and gaze at the screen in front of you, please. Keep on repeating the mantra, Jai Shri Ram Krishna. Jai Shri Ram Krishna. Okay. Now I've done a kind of a very short version of this. As you keep on expanding the image of Shri Ram Krishna, take your time about it. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Because as you expand the image of Shri Ram Krishna, you are also expanding the mantra, as well as you yourself are being expanded. So these three things happen together. The image of Shri Ram Krishna or any gods or goddesses that you like, the mantra also gets expanded, as well as you. What about? No, I'm here. Your mind is getting untrammeled because of that mantra. So you also expand. So take your time in practicing this expansion and contraction. So remember, from the smallest to the greatest, the mind becomes unobstructed. It can think of itself as right. So you will be able to see the whole cosmos in the grain of sand. You will see all the oceans, as it were, in a drop of water. You will see a tree and you will be able to see all the trees in this universe, in this world at least. You will see yourself as part of the whole humanity, of all the past, the present, and also the future. You will become identified with all. Right now we have become separated from the whole of nature and of humanity. You will become part of the whole. Whenever you see people or interact with people, you will feel identified with all this vastness. You will feel great love. This is the untrammeling of the mantra. And this is an extremely effective and powerful technique to make the mantra work for you. Okay. Om, peace, 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 shanti, shanti, shanti. The time for questions if there are. Okay. Thank you. There's so many of them. Why did the mantra stop when vastly expanded? No, the mantra does not stop when vastly expanded. You keep on chanting the mantra. Later you will find that mantra has expanded, and as you contract the image, the mantra also will contract. It will not diminish the power of the mantra. It is untrammeled and unrestricted. It is perfect. So you keep on repeating this because the mind has now become extremely fine. Swamiji, is this the way to feel connected with everybody and everything in this universe, as the Vedanta says? Yes, this is the practical. We are taking the practical aspects of Vedanta. We want to make Vedanta practical instead of it being merely theoretical. So we are giving you techniques for you to expand the idea of yourself apart from your genetic limitations and feel the oneness with the whole of creation. Okay, that's that. Which mantra to keep reciting? If you have a mantra, you keep on repeating this mantra. If you don't, you can use this Jai Shri Ram Krishna, as simple as that. It's a simple kind of thing. Or I'm not again restricting you to this only. You can take a deity, you take a mantra which you like, and you can repeat it. Or if you are initiated by a mantra, you can use that particular mantra. And there are some who just like to do just the repetition of the mantra without the image. That also is possible. You can repeat just the mantra, make it expand, let it cover the whole world, and again contract it and place it back in your heart. So you can use just the sound, word symbol. Okay. I think that will do. Yeah, even while sleeping till unconscious to deep sleep. Oh yeah, it's called Ashupte Amrita Kalam. That is, you keep on repeating till you fall asleep until you die. So keep on. And after a while you will find that it has become automatic. The mantra has taken over from me. First, it's like you've handled the mantra, you've kind of nurtured it, you had it grow, and then the mantra says, I can now walk on my own. Okay. So it's like Sri Ramakrishna says that initially that a plant needs to be hedged, and as the plant grows, the hedge has to be taken off. So the mantra has to be cultivated, and after a time, the mantra takes over and keeps on repeating itself. Okay. So this much for today. We will meet again next Saturday for Mantra Yoga, the 5th class of this series. Om, peace, peace, peace.
Swamiji?